and every one of you. I'm the one and only, I'm Thaddeus Matthews. Glad to be here with you on Comcast 98, bringing you the Thaddeus Matthews Show. Controversial many times in the subjects that I say. And again, there are so many controversial subjects and things that are going on in this city of Jackson, Mississippi, Memphis, Tennessee, and the entirety of this country. You know, a few years ago, we became familiar with a word called pandemic. That particular word changed the whole world. Millions were ravaged with the COVID virus. Many died. Many who did not die, their lives will never be the same. Pandemic is a widespread occurrence of an infectious disease that covers a whole country or a whole world. You know, in Memphis, Jackson, Chicago, Atlanta, Los Angeles, there is a infection that has failed, and especially among the African American community I call it teenage-itis. Our young people have become infected with a disease, and they care nothing about whether they live or die, or neither if you die or live. We talk about the things that our young people are doing. Several weeks ago in Memphis, there was a mass shooting. 300 persons gathered in a park in Memphis, in an area that is historic in Memphis called Orange Mound. Young men holding whatever that number is, AK-47, 97, whatever it is, holding these submachine guns in the air. People around them, instead of dispersing, stayed right there. Well, these young hoodlums, these thugs, these demonic forces that have been leased or released on our community started shooting. 8 people were shot, 2 of which died. But this is not only going on in Memphis. You got some hoodlums, some thugs, some no accounts right here in Jackson, Mississippi. We look at these young people and we ask several questions. What is the reason that your teenager is in jail, in prison, occupying parchment. Why is it that so many of our young people, especially our young men, are in various graveyards across this country? Why is it that our teens are running the streets? Why are our teens failing in schools? Many of them can't read their own names in boxcar letters. Can't count. Have you been to a drive-through window where Wendy's or whatever, and the young person, be it female or male, can't count your change back? We ask the question, where is the fault? Whose fault is it? Whose fault is it that our young people are in the mindset that they happen to be in now? Do we blame the government? Do we blame the local politicians? Do we blame it on the rap music, the games that they play? No. The reason that our young people are in the mindset of looseness and destruction is not the government's fault. It's not rhythm music's fault. It's not the politician's fault. But mama, daddy, it's your fault. Many of you as parents have lost control of your children. You don't believe in discipline. I have an old saying that an ass kicking a day will keep the penitentiary away. But you don't do no ass kicking no more. Children, in many instances, are raising themselves. And you will cry. I'm a Christian. I love the Lord. He heard my cry and pitied every groan. But didn't that same God that you worship say, raise up a child or train up a child? Not raise, train up a child in a way that he or she should go. But many of you are letting children do what they want to do. They live in your house. You pay all the bills. But your children do what it is that they want to do. They come, they go as they want to. There is no yes, sir, and no, ma'am anymore. It's yeah, no. Some of you got children that you are fearful of. And I don't understand that. I don't know how a child can live in your house. You pay all the bills. You buy all the groceries. You do all the repairs. And you are fearful of that which you gave birth to. you're a damn fool. Or as the old folks used to say, you're a star-nated fool. It's not the teacher's fault. Your child, when he goes to school, don't know nothing. Many of you just have gave up on your children, and it's pitiful to say that when your child is laid out in that casket in front of you, many of you are relieved. At least you know where he is. He in the graveyard. You ain't got to stay up worried at night anymore because you know where he is. But have you come to the understanding that many times the reason that your child is dead is because of your lack of parenting? Babies having babies. You know, I'm 67 years old. I can remember when grandmamas looked like grandmamas. You know, they had the little fat hanging up off of their arms. They was fat. They had the little cooking hat on their head, the apron on there. They can fix some greens, peas, and butter beans. Now, these young mamas, hell, everything that they prepare comes in a damn can. Are you eating that ramen noodles stuff? Just killing these babies. But how do we get a handle on our teenagers? You get the handle on the teenager before the teenager is old enough to handle you. Let me say that again. Many of you are being handled by your children. Many of you children have the nerve to call you bitches and hoes. And you just laugh, you giggle. You think it's comical when that child, as a child, cuss you out. But you messed up in the parenting. You didn't whoop that ass. Isn't it strange that when you give birth to a child, the doctor holds him up, smack him on his ass, yeah, to give you life? And many of your children, that was the last time they had an ass whooping, was the doctor. And see, then I hear these tired ass, handkerchief head Negroes who will say, well, the slave master used to whoop us. I ain't gonna whoop my children. Mm-hmm. The slave master whooping you did what the master wanted to have done. You do whatever that white man tells you to do because he whooped that ass. And there was a fear that you had of the white man that the black man, in many cases, especially here in Mississippi, you still have. You fear the white man, but understand the white man now does not have to be destructive to black folk. Because what? We are the most destructive culture in this country. We don't like each other. We don't want to do anything for each other. We don't push each other to a level of success. It's all about me, myself, and I. And you go to church, pastor hooping and hollering and giving you all that BS on Sunday mornings. We on our way to heaven. You ain't on no way to heaven, and you living constantly in hell. You're living in hell, and all your tired ass pastor can tell you about is let's go to heaven. Damn, I got to die to go to heaven. I don't want to go to heaven. I ain't in no hurry to get in no heaven. And you ain't either. You know, you're Black Baptist folk. Y'all sung that song. If I don't wake up in the morning, everything's all right. No, it ain't all right with me. I got some plans for in the morning. Okay? I got some plans. And if I'm dead, I can't get my plans worked out. Praise to God. I'm asking to God, when I go to sleep tonight, touch me in the morning, as we used to say in the old church, with a finger of love, and bid my golden moments to roll on any and evermore. Every more I want to be around. But our young people have not been trained. You don't sit down, you don't pray for them, you don't pray with them. You don't tell them really what's right and wrong. TV raised them. The rappers raised them. Many of our young people are under the illusion of grandeur that the rapper presents to you. Oh, they sing tough songs, but they ain't tough. You get them out of the studio, they ain't tough. But to that 10, 11, 12, 13-year-old who hears the gang or the rapper, and they throw all them hand signs and all that, they think that that's a realness. Our young people, our young men, don't expect to get old. 25 years of age for many of them is old. I can remember 1994. I worked in Memphis at a funeral home by the name of N.J. Ford and Sons Funeral Home. We buried young folk. This is 94. You didn't have the number of young folk dying as we got now. 1 week in Memphis several weeks ago, 8 teenagers lost their lives to gun violence. But I remember in 1994, we had a couple of young men who had gotten killed, and their wake was going on at the funeral home. And it brought in a lot of young men to view the bodies. And I was sitting in the main lobby. One of the young men that was dead was about 22, 23, 24 years of age. And I was eavesdropping on the conversation of some young men. And the young men were saying, man, damn, man got old, didn't he, man? Whatever his age, 21, 22, man, damn, I don't think I'm going to get that old. I don't think I'm going to get to be 22, 23 years old. So, man, I'm going to enjoy my life now, man. And these individuals, I don't know them and didn't know them then, but probably all of those young men that night that I was eavesdropping on are dead by now. Because young people do not take this world serious. Someone was in conversation on my nightly show that comes on every night, Monday through Friday, from 7 until 9 Central Time, on my YouTube television channel, was wanting to argue with me the other night. Well, see, ain't nothing for our young people to do. They ain't got no jobs. Hell, they don't want no damn job. They don't want to be at Burger Kings and McDonald's and Kentucky Fried Chicken. They don't want to do that. Their job is to rob you, carjack you, break into your house. That's their job. In Memphis, we have averaged a murder or two every day this year. When the new mayor of Memphis celebrated 100 days of being in office, the murder rate was at 108. And young men are being killed every day. Our young men are going to jail every day. So what are we going to do? Parents, you got to get your act together. Some of you as women need to sew up your little cooches. Sew them up. Put a zip on it. Stop bringing these demons into the world. And that's what they are. Many of them are demons. They were possessed by the devil in your womb. And if the devil was in your womb when you went to the maternity room, what popped out of you was a demon. The DNA, the daddy's DNA was demonic. This message here, and I keep saying on my daily show that the sermon in the black church must change. We know that Jesus rose and he got up with all power in his hands. We know that. But is the church, especially the black church, is it informing, influencing, or just entertaining? Are we telling people how to live, not so that they just go to heaven, but to survive? We want to tell folk about golden streets and we can't walk down asphalt streets in many of our cities and towns. You won't tell Sunday morning you got 2 wings to cover your face and 2 wings to cover your feet and 2 wings to fly away. Let me tell you something. The only wings that I get excited about is when I go in Memphis to the Memphis International Airport and get on me a plane and fly somewhere. Them the wings that I get excited about. But many of our young people will not live long enough to experience the final things in life because they're going to be dead. And they're going to be dead because of you. Mama, get ready to cry. Get ready to get you some film going to close. Get you one of them little hats with the little veil on it. Go on, get you one. Because see, 9 times out of 10, you know that your child ain't no damn good. You know that he bring weed into your house, cocaine, heroin in your house. You know that he's stealing cars and can park the cars in your damn yard, and you don't do nothing. You don't call the police. You don't do nothing. All right, I'm going to take a break. And when I come back, got some more things to talk about as we talk about our young folk and really talk about the reason is you. We'll be back after these messages.
Hi, I'm George Dean of G4. I have a special invitation for you. It's my birthday weekend and the anniversary celebration of G4. Now you got to make plans to come because it won't be a celebration without you.
June 22nd is the Dean's birthday gala. We're celebrating a legend in gospel music. And on Sunday, June 23rd, the big anniversary concert in honor of George Dean and G4. Special guest artists, Little Roy and Revelation, the Douglas Singers, the McDuffies, Josh Miles, Unity of Tune, Pastor Austin Hill and Renew, Salem Harmonizers, Sensational Travelers, the Calvin Delights, St. Stephen's Baptist Church, 4245 Singleton Parkway, Memphis, Tennessee. Tickets are on sale now at Eventbrite. Early bird tickets, $20. Advance tickets, $25. General admission, $30. VIP, $45. Which includes 1 gala ticket. Presented by Eric Anthony and EA Productions and Debbie McLennan and SVP TV Network.
So get your tickets now, and I'll see you there.
When I got up this morning and I saw a new day, I said one more blessing, Lord.
I got my main man with me, Jerome.
What's up, Daryl?
Man. Today I got a special guest with me. My man, Mike Williams.
No.
Yeah. It does not matter if you break into
I'm a firm believer. If I'm in my garage working,
I gotta be there, Jerome.
And that's why I take it. If you try to get in my car for whatever reason, and I'm in it, I am intimidated.
Yes.
Okay. And you are using some force to get in my car.
Okay.
And then that means that I can do something.
Okay, so now move to the penalty phase.
Oh, it's a felony.
What's kind of Class C, Class B, Class E?
Class B.
Is a death penalty attached to carjacking?
That's not
Dog,
that's
come
but
on
that's
now.
see now there you go with that lawyerese.
Thank you for joining me on this morning. What I say may be a little harsh and rough around the edges. I don't give a damn. If you like it, it's all right. If you don't like it, what you gonna do about it? Nothing. We are, and especially the black community, we are in a state of emergency. Are we doomed? We, as a race, are we doomed? Many of you, as parents, you ain't gonna get no grandchildren because your daughters ain't gonna be able to find men that are men. Oh, they'll find somebody to screw them. Yeah, screw them on the back seat of a Corvette, Chevette, on the ground in the bushes. You'll get that. But with the DNA of the young men that we have in our society now, and when they screw your daughter, your granddaughter, and they get pregnant, what the hell you think they're gonna bring into this world? More demons. You will say, and you know you've heard for the devil shows big. Yeah, he busy. That's what he's probably doing. Busy. Seeking those that he can devour. And he's taken over, rather, our young people. I've lost all hope. In Memphis, I ain't going nowhere without my gun. When I leave, I got a 100-pound Rottweiler that loves to jump in the car every time I leave. Every time. Every time my dog see me putting on some clothes, us is finna go. You scared in Memphis, and I'm sure it's all so the same way here and all across this country. You scared to go to the service station, the grocery store, your doctor's appointment. You're scared to go to church in Memphis, and I keep having to give you references about Memphis because I don't live day to day in Jackson, Mississippi. But this pandemic is countrywide. Preacher in Memphis, Sunday morning, getting ready, probably got his hoop on. He been in the mirror all weekend, got a little, got his hoop on. Go to the church, and I ain't talking about a young preacher. Go to the preacher, and here comes some thieves. to steal cars on a Sunday morning at the church. Used to be that the church was sacred. You wouldn't even cuss walking past the church. You get to the post, you cut your cuss off, you get past the church to the next pole, then you become a mother, blah, 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 blah. But there was a thing called respect that we were given 40, 50, 60 years ago that these kids know nothing about. We are in a state of emergency. At your house, at your schools, at your churches. The conversation needs to be, what are we going to do? Some of you got family gatherings you have during the year, 4th of July, and Thanksgiving and Christmas. You got family members that have teenagers you don't want them at your house. Because the Negroes still, you have 20 folks. Now you ain't got but 15. You can't go to the bathroom. Negroes have stole some toilet paper, a whole roll of toilet paper. They're killing. Ladies and gentlemen, please understand me. Our young people are doomed if parents do not take back over their homes. One of the things that destroyed us as black folk in the 50s, white folk were trying to figure out how they could eliminate blacks. They came up with the Nigger Project. Read it. That became Planned Parenthood. Yeah, that was the official name before it became Planned Parenthood. It was called the Nigger Project. In the 60s, Henry Kissinger, who was I think he was Secretary of State, did a report called the Kissinger Report. How do we annihilate blacks? That has already been planned to annihilate us. But well, the white folk had a meeting not too long ago. Yeah, the white folk met. We done gave them equality. You know you ain't got it, don't you? Huh? They can go to the same bathroom that we go to. They can set the counter. These niggers, not only can they sit at the front of the bus, now we got good niggers that drive the bus. And now they done got beside themselves. So what did the white folk come up with? They didn't want to poison you just outright, just pour some poison in your bottles. They'd already come up, well, how can we keep all of the Negroes together? So they came up with something called projects. Our project will be to put all the Negroes together, and that's the reason they start stacking you on top of each other, and they call them the projects. Then the white folks said, we need to come up with a formula that will destroy the mindset of future black babies. We can't do nothing with these old Negroes. They done did the old, we shall overcome, and they've been to the mountaintop even though they fell off. They done did all that. What do we do? Bubba in the back in the white folk meeting said, well, what I think we need to do is put us a formula together that, they're lazy anyway, and put it in their system that it deteriorates their mind. So, since many mothers were lazy, they took the black woman off of the titty. And they gave you Similac and all this other kind of stuff. Because you were too lazy to use the God-made nutrient in the titty. What you think God gave you a titty for? The titty was for your baby, to give him the nutrition. But no, the white folk gave you Similac. And the black youth have not been the same since then. Should have stayed on the titty. That'll preach too. Stay on the titty. Ain't nothing wrong with the titty. I'm 67 years old and I still like the titty. Thank you, Jesus. Hallelujah. Woo! Jesus coming in the Honda. Yeah. But we are in a state of emergency. White folk don't have to march. White folk, the Klan is all but dead. All that the white man has to do is, because he gave you the formula for destruction of the black mindset, he sets back. He watched you kill off each other. The only time that the white man really gonna get concerned about the killing that black folk are doing is when the black folk run out of folk in the black neighborhood to rob, kill, and carjack. And you start the carjacking the white folk and stealing from the white folk and go over to the white folk side of town. Then the white folk raise up. We need a new formula. No, you don't, white folk, because the formula that the white folk put in place the first time, damn sure was working. It's working. Why our prisons feel the formula. The formula created this state of emergency. There is nothing, whoever gets elected And really, you know what? I don't care who's in office. I don't care whether it's Biden. I don't really give a damn whether it's Trump. Because as a black people, by now, we should have our own party. I don't give a damn about the Democrats or the Republican Party. They come back and give us some free this, that, and the other from the Democratic side. They give the EBT card. I call it the Even Better Today card. They give you the EBT. They're going to give you some Section 8. They're going to give you some watermelon. They're going to give you some chicken. But is this government that can give $95 billion to Israel and to the Ukraine? Why didn't some of that money go into the education of our children? Why haven't industry and jobs been created for our children? We want to fight the war overseas and don't want to see the war that we are fighting right there. Now, we are in a state of emergency. If you didn't like what I said, I don't give a damn. Find the lie in what I had to say. Every week, the Thaddeus Matthews Show is coming here on Comcast 98. You know, I'm going to have to come and walk around. Well, I'm scared to come and walk around down in Jackson, Mississippi. I have to give me an escort. I'm scared to get the police because, hell, folk come up missing with the police in Mississippi. Y'all just go bury them in the backyard of the jail, prisons and stuff. That's a whole nother subject that I'm going to be dealing with coming up real soon. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for tuning in. We're on Friday and Saturday mornings, 9 a.m. Central Standard Time. I'm the cussing pastor, and I've been real nice. Now, if you really want to hear me just be harsh and just be loose, tune in to the Thaddeus Matthews Show, Monday through Fridays, from 7 until 9 Central Standard Time, on my YouTube channel. By the way, I play the blues too, so Friday nights, tune me in at 7 o'clock for the best in old time blues. Those of you that live right here in Mississippi, I'm on 5 radio stations. I syndicated myself. I couldn't wait on white folk because I was getting older and older, and my mind was not, as functional as they were. I've been in this business 47 years. But I'm on WAGR out of Lexington, Mississippi, WXTN, WONG, AM, and FM for the best in blues. And I can play them too. Join me each and every morning. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm Thaddeus Matthews. Until next week, have a great weekend and a prosperous week. See you next week.
Old School Blues, hosted by the one and only Thaddeus Matthews.
Also known as the Cussing Pastor. I'm returning my blues show back to TV.
Premiering March 1st on Comcast Xfinity, Channel 98.
Jackson, Mississippi, here I come. Whether it's the blues or Southern soul, I'm the baddest to ever do it.
He's a bad mother.
Shut your mouth.
Take a VIP seat every Friday at 7 p.m. Turn your television to Comcast Xfinity Channel 98. Don't have Comcast? Don't worry. I'll be streaming on the SVP TV streaming network, Roku, Fire TV, Apple TV, YouTube Live, and on Facebook. Download the SVP TV app on your television or any mobile device. Down Home Blues with Thaddeus Matthews on Comcast Channel 98 at 7 p.m.
Old School Blues returns to SVP TV.
You make sure that you're there.
Members only. It's a private party.
Hi, I'm George Dean of G4. I have a special invitation for you. It's my birthday weekend and the anniversary celebration of G4. Now you gotta make plans to come because it won't be a celebration without you.
June 22nd is the D's birthday gala. We're celebrating a legend in gospel music. And on Sunday, June 23rd, the big anniversary concert in honor of George Dean and G4. Special guest artists, Little Roy and Revelation, the Douglas Singers, the McDuffies, Josh Miles, Unity of Tune, Pastor Austin Hill and Renewed, Salem Harmonizers, Sensational Travelers, the Calvin Delights, St. Stephen's Baptist Church, 4245 Singleton Parkway, Memphis, Tennessee. Tickets are on sale now at Eventbrite. Early bird tickets, $20. Advanced tickets, $25. General admission, $30. VIP, $45. Which includes one gala ticket, presented by Eric Anthony and EA Productions, and Debbie McLennan and SVP TV Network.
So get your tickets now, and I'll see you there.
When I got up this morning and I saw a new day, I said,